The Duluth Huskies emerging victorious 12-8 here at Wade Stadium, taking their 10th home victory here to close out a 4-game set before a 2-day off period. Hello everyone, Wyatt Kopelman joined alongside my broadcast partner Cal Friedman. Now Cal, a dominant victory for the Huskies here today. Great start from Pat Miner, working around 2 runs from the Larks early on, and then some solid RBI hitting as well, and an RBI, or a home run rather, from Tyler Leroy.
Yeah, yet again, Pat Miner doing the same thing that he normally does with all of his starts. He has one inning where he'll give up a couple runs, but he does an exceptional job to just shake that off. Another couple 1, 2, 3 innings from the right-hander today. And yeah, the Huskies' bats were incredible today. A lot of extra base hits, one from Peyton Powell, one from Aaron Wojtek, that home run by Tyler Leroy in the 5th. They needed those runs because those last couple innings were a little shaky from the bullpen, but overall, a great performance for Duluth and another sweep for the Huskies.
Isaac Rohde making his second appearance today, made his debut last night of Clark University. Pat Miner, meanwhile, coming out and setting the tone early, getting the Huskies off to the start that they needed. Well, Max Stapleton is standing down on the first base line with Miner at the moment. We'll send it down to them at the time being.
Thanks, guys. I'm joined alongside tonight's winning pitcher, Pat Miner. Pat, 6 innings of 2-run ball. What goes into your head as you take the mound tonight and every night for these Huskies?
I look behind me and I see just a great team. We're solid all the way around the field, and that makes it really easy to do my job. Pound the zone and let the defense work. If I get a couple strikeouts in there, that's good too.
Well, you got 6 of those strikeouts tonight, and it certainly helps that your offense put up a 5 spot in the first inning. Does that change anything for you on the mound, or is it the same approach?
It's confidence. Gives me confidence up there. Those guys have my back. It's a lot of stress if there's not a lot of runs up on the board. It makes my job easier. Looking up at the board and there's a lot of runs up there.
All right, Pat. Thank you so much. Back to you guys.
So the Huskies coming away with this 12-8 victory. Patrick Miner earning his 3rd win of the season, moving to 3-1. Meanwhile, Seth Brewer of the Larks only going 1 full inning, falling to 2-3 on the season. It was a dominant outing for the Huskies, RBI hitting early as opposed to late last night. Time to take a look at some of the highlights here today on the Northwoods League Baseball Network. The Huskies, meanwhile, Cal, they looked really strong. Jared Medham even contributing that RBI single. Then you also look towards that relief pitching as well. It was a little shaky at times from Caleb Gallant, Darryl Johnson Jr. They were able to manage, however.
Yeah, but overall, you have to give credit to Patrick Miner for giving those 6 strong innings to open up this game. And everyone across this Huskies lineup today, from 1 through 9, Jonathan Vastine, a 2-run double. Peyton Powell had another pair of RBIs. Eduardo Rosario able to chip in another 2 RBIs. So many great performers today across the book for Duluth. Christian Campbell also went 3 for 3. It seems to be easy forgetting about because he was pinch hit early on in this game, just to give him some rest. But another dominant performance from Christian, and this Huskies lineup, now it's starting to become a little more complete. You see these players, the temp players, starting to come in and out. You've seen a lot more of the more Power 5 products coming in. Hudson Sapp also has come in. It looks like everyone is contributing right now for Duluth, and that's exactly what Marcus Pointer wants. Marcus Pointer needs all these 9 guys to be contributing 1 through 9, because when you have a lineup where any given player can win a game for your team, that's how you become a great team. That's how you can go across a 72-game season and try and reverse your way into the playoffs, and that's what the Huskies are trying to do here this season.
The Huskies looking also to Eduardo Rosario to continue his prominence in the batter's box as well. The RBI hitting streak continuing for him, and now on a 9-game hitting streak as well. The Huskies certainly will need him with the dog days of the season approaching and a first-place season opportunity ahead of them here in the Great Plains East.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous how good Eduardo Rosario is. I mean, 20 RBIs already across 16 starts. It's just phenomenal. He's been so good here at Wade Stadium. That hit streak continues. The RBI streak stretches out to 4 games. We mentioned it earlier. 10 RBIs in 7 games for the designated hitter. He has been phenomenal this entire month, has come into this locker room and become this vocal leader, but he also leads on the field. When you have those leaders, they don't just lead by talking, they lead by example. Eduardo Rosario does that every given day, whether it's the RBIs, whether it's being good defensively behind the plate. He's thrown a lot of guys out, albeit he didn't catch in this series. He was the DH in both games, but he's such a reliable defensive catcher. And then he also leads by example in the locker room. He sets the standard. This is a team that wants to go back to the playoffs. Eduardo Rosario has that winning mentality. And another great player from the University of Omaha, because you look at what Mike Bowie was able to do this last year. Huskies with another gem in Eduardo Rosario.
The Huskies nearing the 101 mark score scored here at Wade Stadium. The Huskies piling on a lot of runs that 5-inning first. It seemed like as if they would just never look back from early on, Cal, and that's what, of course, would have to continue in order for the Huskies to be able to win as many games as possible at home, let alone holding a 500 or better record on the road.
Yeah, you have to be pleased with the start for the Huskies today. 5 runs in that first inning on 5 hits, able to finish off with 12 runs on 14 hits. And it wasn't just singles, because the Huskies had struggled at the start of this homestand at only getting a couple of singles, not really providing the extra base hit power, but they were able to do that today. A load of doubles, one from Peyton Powell, who continues to use the entire field. That's another thing the Huskies did really well this entire afternoon. Every single one of their players was able to use the entire field. They were able to create many opportunities to score in this game. That's why they had 12 runs in 8 innings. That's why they swept Bismarck. That's why they have won 4 of their last 5.
The Huskies winning 4 of their last 5 here at home, only dropping that devastating loss to the Waterloo Bucks, and even that series opener against Waterloo just trailing back into that previous home series, aside from last night's dominant win. The Huskies showing a lot of resilience and, of course, their pitching as well to be able to continue to bounce back.
Yeah, exactly. That's what the Huskies need to do. That's what Marcus Pointer has talked about throughout this season. You need resilience in this league because you're going to have good days, you're going to have bad days at the office. But the big thing is to keep the good days going, but also to be able to flush out the bad days. You're able to flush out that loss to Waterloo. It was a heartbreaker. It was a game that went back and forth. It was a game the Huskies really thought they should have won. But ultimately, they do a great job here in this series against Bismarck, a team who is struggling. But these are the games you have to win. You have to win your home games against the inferior teams if you want to be able to make the playoffs. Huskies did a great job in both of these games.
Duluth following up a dominant 9-1 series closing victory against the Lacrosse Loggers on the road, going 2-6 on the road trip. Now won 3 of their first here at home. The Huskies getting it done from first pitch all the way towards the end with their offense. The Huskies continuing to rely on different sparks throughout the lineup. Huskies dominant through all their hitting attack here today. We're able to earn enough walks as well to take a quick look at the highlights here today. Huskies getting on the board early. Christian Campbell, Peyton Powell doing a job early, and then a lot more to remember with that, in addition to all the RBI hitting come across in this 12-run performance.
Yeah, Peyton Powell, another extra base hit for him, already his 3rd extra base hit of the year. Using a little bit of the wind to just loop it over the center fielder Perry. Huskies would lead by 5 at the end of this first inning.
5 at the end of the first inning. Meanwhile, the Huskies doing a lot more damage as well. Devin Hurdle also going to the left center gap, and the Huskies getting a lot more opportunities here. Amber and Wojciech coming to score. Still in this first inning here, but a lot more to remember as well. Eduardo Rosario ripping a double down the left field line, and he's really continued to simmer as we were talking about.
Yeah, there's no more praise that I can give Eduardo Rosario at this point. Again, incredible. And then Tyler Leroy, he got to leave the yard. Huskies only had 2 home runs at this building in 2021. They've got 3 here in 2022. Leroy's first home run of the year.
Leroy going yard for the Huskies' 5th total home run of the season, 2 coming on that 8-game road swing as well. Leroy making a prominent return to the lineup, enjoying it with his teammates there. But then Bismarck continuing to find difficulty in getting around Pat Miner, dealing a lot of strikeouts here in this next start.
Yeah, he was phenomenal. As mentioned, only 6 innings, 1 earned run. And able to do an excellent job with some defensive help from Amber and Wojciech. The defense in this game was improbable from both of these teams. That was Cardozo making a really nice play in front of the wall.
Well, Caleb Gallant with an inning-ending strikeout coming your way as well. Meanwhile, Cardozo giving some credibility from that bullpen. Gallant dealing a knee buckler as well. And then looking towards that 8th inning and the 7th inning for that matter, Jonathan Vasti with that 2 RBI double continuing his hot start to this season. What an opportunity for the Vanderbilt product there.
Yeah, 4 RBIs in his first 8 games in the Northwoods League. And now Jared Medham, another young player in this Huskies lineup, able to come through. Again, he picks up his 7th RBI of the year. He is starting to cruise here in this late part of the season.
That would make it 12-3, but then Bismarck continuing to put pressure on Huskies relief pitching as well. Important opportunity for the Larks. This one an RBI double, ground rule double. It takes a bounce into that Larks bullpen, and they would tack on a lot in the top of that 9th inning, climbing all the way back from that 12-3 deficit. The runs running like a waterfall there.
Yeah, 5 runs across in that 9th inning against Darrell Johnson, but ultimately the reliever was relieved after a third of an inning, but not until a double here put all the way back into the outfield. Just too much for Noah Marcello to chase down. Actually runs into the wall, and it gave Bismarck that lifeline in this game.
That fly ball falling just short of leaving Wade Stadium, and there a game-ending strikeout from Isaac Rohde, the newcomer, leaving the bases jammed. What an adventure it was for him. The Huskies looking to 6 strong innings out of Pat Miner, registering 11 total strikeouts here today against the visiting Bismarck Larks in a series-clinching win here in this matinee at Wade Stadium. The Huskies emerging victorious 12-8, and that will just about do it for us here on the Northwoods League Baseball Network from Wade Stadium. For my broadcast partner, Cal Friedman, I'm Wyatt Kopelman, saying so long. Thank you for joining us here on this Sunday afternoon as you've been watching Duluth Huskies baseball on the Northwoods League Baseball Network.